Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 138, I do believe. Now, if you do enjoy it, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button. We got our rewards yesterday, if you want to check them out. Top right corner for you if you missed that episode. However, today's going to be changing a little bit. Well, our squad's going to be adjusting somewhat. I know I recently changed it back to bringing Mbappe and that in, but there were like 3 different squads that I was choosing from. This was the first one, to bring in regular Salah so that I could sell Mbappe and Lala so that I could use my Aurier, and then I'd be able to afford Socrates, which is pretty sick. That's better than like Stoichkov, which I wanted. Or we could, with the coins that we've got right now, actually afford to buy baby Stoichkov and keep Mbappe and Lala as it is, which is another great option. Or we could potentially switch it up formation-wise, and that means I can use Aurier, which means I can offload Lala, keep Mbappe, who I really like, and just about be able to afford Socrates. And I would be playing Fabinho off chemistry, but he only plays for the first half anyway, and I don't think I'd ever notice a difference. So that's what I decided to do. After a little bit of deliberation here and there, Alex Telles sold, a bunch of other little things sold as well, and I listed Lala up on the market, and as soon as I saw that I had enough here, I got up to 849k, and then had to go and very, very quickly discard a couple of items, because I'd been looking at Socrates' price, and he was literally like 875k, and then dropping a little bit, and then I saw an 850, so I very quickly needed to make 1,000 coins there in order to buy the 850,000 one, which I think is a good deal. So that is my new icon, ladies and gentlemen. Probably the most expensive purchase I've made on the Road to Glory. I'm sure of it. It has to be, right? I don't think I've bought anyone more expensive than that. I don't think so. I don't think I have. So yes, we have brought in Socrates, the Doctor. Oh, I'm so excited to use him. He's someone which I've used a version of at the Capture event, and that was so long ago on such a different build of the game. I have no idea if I loved him, hated him, what. But I know that with the new meta being like crossing and headers and stuff, a 6'4" player is probably going to work out for us. Now, he is going to replace Bobby Firmino, basically. He's going to be my central cam. Now, these are his in-game stats. Bear in mind that they'll go up a tiny bit when he gets up to 10 player chemistry after 10 games. Being a central cam with those stats, pace you can almost throw out the window. I don't mind that. Bobby Firmino was never like too slow. But he's got really good physical. We're going to change the chem style as well to a marksman, as you can see right here, because that improves his jumping by +10. That might make a little bit more of a difference. And then the dribbling and the shooting, as well as a little bit of strength and stuff. So this is how I'm going to be playing the team. It literally is exactly the same, apart from Thiago Silva and Kazawa are back in the squad. Genuinely feel stronger with them in the team than Telles and Militao. And now Militao is going to be my new super sub DM, as well as Da Costa. I've got a lot of strength in the squad. I'm not going to lie. I think this is our best team yet. I genuinely hated Telles at left back. Did not rate Militao as a centre-back. There's something not right about him, but I know the few times that I've brought him on as a CDM, he's actually bossed it. So that's where we're going to be playing him. He's untradeable. I can't sell him, and I got the money. Plus, I don't think I made profit in the end after tax on Telles, but I sold him for more than I bought him for, and then probably lost out on about maybe 10,000 coins on EA tax. So this right here is my very, very first game on the patch. All right. Because I've been away all week. I hadn't had a chance to play it as soon as it came out and stuff. And I'm not going to lie, the game felt incredibly different. And then 18 minutes in, I score a no-scope, not timed, finesse shot with Neymar. And I was like, what's everyone going on about? What's the big worry here? Lasty's going to be fine. I'm still going to be able to hit my shots. But as we go on, I figure out that obviously they're not really in there anymore. And I must have just hit a fluke one. And it just happened to be the first shot I took. So one thing I felt was that this game, it felt heavier. It felt, I don't know, more sluggish, or so. I don't know what it was. But then again, I think I could put it down. By the way, what a goal, Socrates. Goal on his debut. Oh, a lovely volley. Is it Socrates? It's Socrates, right? As opposed to Socrates. That's the Arsenal defender. I need to make sure I get it right. Socrates. But yeah, lovely, lovely volley from him on his debut. But what I was going to say is that I'm sort of putting that slower gameplay down to the fact that I'm no longer just fizzing it into Mbappe or Neymar to hit a first-time no-scope finesse. I'm actually having to work the play, build the play up a little bit more. And with AI defending in and around the box, it means that it slows the game right down because you just can't break through as easily. And then right there, I score a yellow timed finesse shot with Socrates to go 3-0 up. So I think they're still very much going to go in the back of the net, but it might just open it up to different shot types and this new meta of potentially crossing it in, which is what I did right here and scored a goal. I don't think they've buffed or improved crossing whatsoever from the very start of the game. I just think it's more usable now because, like, finesse shots are less usable, and like it's the talk of Twitter at the moment. Like, obviously Nep's using Ibra and Bale and is, you know, using the crossing technique, and that's going to be working out well for him. So it looks as though that's the new meta. That's what we have to do. I don't necessarily think so. If you've got tool players, like I've got Ibra, Aubameyang and Socrates that I'm using, like it probably is worth my while to try and figure out what crosses work so that I can take advantage of that in game. But I feel like regular powerful shots, if you just time them right, finesse shots are still going to be powerful. They're just going to go in slightly, well, probably a fair bit less often, but they needed to do that anyway. So at the moment, I'm kind of interested. I'm curious as to what the real meta will be, and I think we'll find that after this weekend league, which will be an interesting one. If I don't step up and figure this stuff out, I'm going to have a drastically... well, it's just a really, really poor weekend league, really. And I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I know that if I go on like a 5-game loss streak or something, my head's gonna like fall off, and I don't know what's gonna happen, like motivation wise. But hey, I guess we'll see what will happen, right? At the very least, I'm motivated to play this game right now because I brought myself a Brazilian icon and brought myself someone that I didn't think I would ever get on the road to glory. So yeah, I'm actually really happy that we've got him, and like I'm really happy that we've been able to pick him up whilst keeping both Neymar and Mbappe, two players that I completely and utterly rely on this game. So yeah, genuinely couldn't be happier with the squad right now. The fact that Fabinho is slightly off chem doesn't, literally, I don't even care. You know, 8 chemistry Fabinho is really not going to perform any different to 10 chem Fabinho, I don't think. He still receives boosts and whatnot, and I literally do bring him off at half time. So my new game plan, my tactics is I still play the 4-2-3-1, and I still have 2 sets of tactics. My more comfortable one, which is like fast build-up play, heavy touch, pressure and stuff like that, which is what I'm used to. And then I am still trying to work into my game, and a few of these games were me using these balanced tactics that Footwiz Marco offered out some advice to me on. So I'm also trying to learn that because I think in the long run it could make me a better player, could preserve my player's energy a little bit more, and that type of thing. So I'm running between those 2 different sets of tactics, and I play my squad as it is in the 4-2-3-1 as I've shown you. And then at half time, Ibra comes on for Aubameyang because I'm going off Aubameyang a little bit now, and I know that Zlatan's a game changer and can literally last for the half, no problem. So he comes on directly from half-time. Fabinho comes off as well at half-time for Eder Militao at CDM, and he's a boss in that position. He really is. What a team to come up against, by the way. Looks phenomenal, and he's got Munier at centre-back. So he's obviously bringing in some height because people are crossing and stuff. But this guy was good. This guy was actually very, very good, and is a very tough game against someone which I just genuinely couldn't read very well, and that worries me for the weekend league a little bit. So I make those 2 substitutions at half-time. Eder Militao and Zlatan Ibrahimovic coming on. Aubameyang and Fabinho coming off. And then that leaves me with one more substitution to make, whether it be the 60th minute, the 70th minute, or I don't bother making it depending on how the game's going. It's either to like bring Kante off and bring Da Costa on for another little bit of pace and height and strength in the midfield if I need that in the latter stages, or like if Kante's still got stamina, and maybe I would need to take off either Neymar and Mbappe or even Socrates, depending on their stamina. I could bring on any one of my crazy strikers that I've got on the bench. I've got a Tevez on the bench. I now have this 87 rated red Alejandro Gomez. I've still got that Martinez. I've still got Pato, Joelinton, Rafael Leao. I've got loads and loads of attackers that I could bring on. So it leaves me with a little bit more option towards the end of the game. So I'm 2-0 down in this one, and then a weak foot yellow finesse shot goes in from Aubameyang. Now, I'm purposefully telling you when I'm hitting like a specific type of finesse shot, because I want you to realise that it isn't just greens that are going to go in nowadays. Like, you can probably mistime quite a lot of stuff and it will still find its way to the back of the net. But I'm also trying to leave in shots like this, which is the sort of shot which probably would have hit the top corner before. And this, where even red sometimes still went in, where they just completely get screwed up, which I think is right and is legit. And I'm actually very happy that even though they've kind of nerfed me because I was an abuser of the finesse shot, it means that I think I'm probably going to concede less as well. So I just need to figure out how to score properly. So I'm 2-1 down at halftime, literally deservedly so as well. And one of the things that I said earlier is that I noticed that the gameplay felt slower and stuff. What I have been noticing is that my pass accuracy and my opponent's pass accuracy have actually both been up on what they have been before. So maybe with a slightly slower feel of the game, people are taking a little bit more time, passing the ball around a little bit more, and it's not just a full-on rush, quick counter-attack. I don't know. I guess, I mean, I'll figure it out. I might say the complete opposite in a couple of days, and we find out that like a constant pressure thing works really well. It is just going to be try, test, figure stuff out, we'll get there in the end type of deal. This was an odd one. I think I cleared it outwards so many times, and it's still just, you know, my opponent got the touch and then Sturridge got the touch to score, and we end up losing 4-2 rather than getting back in it and maybe making it 3-3. So I lose that game of rivals right there. So I'm on 2 wins and 1 loss now. I figured, hey, we'll go on into one more match today, just to get a good feel of this patch after 4 little games or so with the new team, and then I'll be feeling slightly ready for the weekend league, which I'll start today as you're watching this, but you obviously see that from tomorrow. And we've got a brand new promo coming out, which, as I'm recording this on Thursday evening for you, I still don't know what it's about. I'm very excited. The card design looks mental. It looks awesome. And I just hope it's going to be a nice, fun promo full of good players and mainly good SBCs and objectives. But we score a nice low driven there with Socrates. And that is the type of shot which before I would have definitely just pressed finesse. And it probably would have flown in the top corner. Just goes to show you what other shot types I could have been taking along the way. My opponent hits the post right there. He was good on his possession. And he was like really, I don't know, I couldn't read him. When he was on the ball, I genuinely didn't really know what to do. Luckily, I had a couple of these breaks, and I crossed that one in perfectly to Socrates, who green-timed headed it into the back of the net. And in a game where my opponent's possession and pass accuracy was way better than mine, I find myself 2-0 up. Low-driven shot there. I mean, beforehand, I probably would have cut it back, tried to finesse it into the far corner. So that's maybe the sort of shot which I might have missed now, but not back in the day. He then scores a beautiful goal with Royce in the 75th minute to sort of get back into this game. Brings on Alphonso Davies, strikes. I moved my keeper the wrong way. It was like a 50-50 at that point. He shushes me a little bit, which was, I don't know, just unnecessary, but hey, whatever. And then, really, that's the kicker. Again, I think I moved near post, just because I figured maybe he might go in for that top corner. But either my keeper didn't move, or I sort of ruined it by trying to move him, and effectively he got a late winner, and I lost that game. But it wasn't really the end of the world, because we've played 4 now, and we started to get a little idea of this squad, the new patch, all of that stuff. Socrates is on 5 goals and 1 assist in 4 games of rivals, which I'm pretty happy with, and I really like the look of the new team. So I know I don't even think I'd mentioned this Brazilian icon at all in the last couple of episodes. I had mentioned Bergkamp and Stoichkov, So you never know. If I start hating Socrates along the way, we might sell him, might buy ourselves Stoichkov or something along the way. But right now, I'm actually really excited that we've brought in the Brazilian. And if you guys do like the new signing to the club, it means that we're broke on coins and we won't be able to do anything with this promo unless there's someone amazing that would fit my squad and I can sell someone for it and we'd change stuff like that. But yeah, I'm genuinely excited with where the team's at right now. Do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed, if you like the new squad. Come follow me on Twitter. I'm going to be doing a couple of giveaways, I believe, over the next few days. So you definitely want to come follow me on Twitter. And Instagram's been going off a little bit as well. So thank you so much for that. And if you want to come follow me over there, I was giving out sneak peeks of Socrates yesterday. So if you want little sneak peeks of what the future squads are going to look like, make sure you follow me on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Insta. They're the best places where I give out little hints from time to time, which you might enjoy, I don't know. But anyway, guys, make sure you have a lovely day, most importantly, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.